Hey fellow mover, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lisa and today I'm your guide on a journey to embodiment through movement. And if you crave more, I post new videos here every Friday. Now it's time to explore movements that feel good. Embodiment is all about tapping us into our own unique essence, and movement is an amazing way to get there. So let's leave our inhibitions and self judgment behind and let's move. All right, my friends, today we're starting off with a little gentle movement for our heart. Our heart center is going to move both forward and back. Let's find a comfortable seated position and let's start circulating some energy, my friends. You might be sitting on a chair, you could be sitting on the ground, cross-legged, or any position that really feels quite comfortable for you. But I do like when the hands have the knees to rest on and the elbows can feel nice and heavy. The shoulders dropping down from the ears. And we're gently opening the heart to the front, closing the heart in the back. Inhaling into one move and exhaling into the other. Feel that movement travel through your spine with some extension through your upper back, the thoracic spine, as you open the heart to the front, and flexion of that thoracic spine as you push the heart to the back. It's a gentle opening of the heart center to the front, closing to the back. It's also a lot of movement of your shoulder blades, if you're willing to go there, to pull the shoulder blades apart as you flex your spine and pinch the shoulder blades together as you extend the spine. Pull the shoulder blades apart to hollow the chest. Pinch the shoulder blades to open the chest. And inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Get that upper and mid back moving. See if you can keep your shoulders pretty down from your ears as you do that. See if you can also basically look straight forward so there's not a whole lot of movement at the neck. We can also do it with movement at the neck where we tuck the chin, lift the chin. See if you can do maybe even both. See what happens. See what feels good to you. And then we'll settle back into center, my friends. Here we go. We're holding our pelvis rounded to the floor and we're moving our heart a little bit left and right. This heart center here is so important. Has a lot of good energy in there, so we want to get it stirred up and circulating through the body. All that good heart energy. So we move it a little left and right. That's great. Now let's play a game of connect the dots. As we push the heart to the front, to the side, to the back, to the side. And let's make some circles with the heart. Inhaling through one part of the circle, exhaling through the other. Ah. And use those circles to just release a little bit of something that might be trapped in and around that heart center. When you're ready, you can change the direction. Inhale and exhale anything that doesn't serve you. It's lingering around heart center. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Exploring what feels good. Yes, I love it. Then let's find this gentle lateral wave. A little sway to the side goes the heart. But this time we're feeling as if we're actually a tree that's very grounded at the pelvis. Kind of loose and flimsy here at the top. But here we go, right? Kind of anchored down through the pelvis. It's swaying a bit side to side. So we lean over to one side and then let the head follow over. Lean the other way and let the head follow last. Swaying side to side. Find that gentle stretch. Travel up the side body. Gentle. Swaying like a tree. Great. Ah. Let's now find a new position and practice a little bit of these moves again from something different. We're coming into the shape of a letter M, my friends. Some like to call it the crab. We'll have our feet about hip width apart, our hands about shoulder width apart, and we're sitting in the shape of the letter M. Let's just focus on pulling the shoulders down and activating through the upper back. Give a good squeeze of your shoulder blades and pull those shoulders down from the ears. And then get a little slouchy. Let your shoulders rise up to your ears. Find a comfortable position for yourself and let's do it again. Let's press those shoulders right down from the ears. Slide the shoulder blades down the back. Open the chest. See if at the same time you can wake up your glutes through the butt as you push into your feet. Yes, the long neck. And then we can get slouchy. Inhale down and exhale. Push into a really strong M shape with the butt midway between the hands and feet. Midway as it lifts maybe an inch. And down we go. Let's press the shoulders down from the ears. Open the chest. Activate the glutes. Push into your feet. And shoulders rise up. It's a great everyday exercise just to get things moving once again around that heart center. A lot of energy and emotion can get trapped up in that region and lead to aches and pains around the neck, shoulders, chest. Super job, friends. From here, we'd like to take a little break and a little recovery stretch for the wrists. So what we do is we're in a crab, but we'll rest the arms on the knees and press the back of the hands into one another and allow the fingers to slip past one another and get interlaced. And then we can even give a little gentle rocking of the hands, pointing the fingers a little bit away from you and a little bit towards you. And you can just be seated in your crab as you give a little gentle release to the wrist. Okay. Now we were saying that we were going to do some of those positions, the circles of the heart, from a new position, and that position is the shape of the letter M. So from here, my friends, let's also think about moving the heart just forward and back, kind of just a little bit gentle, forward and back, squeezing the shoulder blades, opening the chest. How about a little side to side? Shake it right, shake it left, and some circles. Circle the heart around. Bearing some weight through the arms with the arms behind you is a great way of building some strength through the arms. And the back of the shoulders, how about the other direction? A great way to load the back, upper back, and all of those important postural muscles and structures. Want to load them in a strong way, open way. Yeah. Good. Great. All right, friends. Now this is a real practice in loving the self. A somatic practice that encourages us to come into our body and show the body love. So what we're going to do right here is give a little squeeze around your body. Just give a little touch, whatever your body likes, whether it's a little bit of a firm grip or a soft touch, what feels good for you. Give it a squeeze all around or a gentle caress and see what feels good once again for you. The body enjoys a gentle or a firm touch, whatever your body is craving. Just give a little bit of it to yourself. Wonderful way to encourage some body love, self-love. And then you can give a little gentle rub up and down. Good. Touch every part of your skin, of your body that's exposed. Every part that you can. That's it. Great, friends. Reach for that upper back and pull forward. Give even a little chin tuck as you pull forward. Love it. And then let's keep the hands at the shoulders, and we'll make some big circles here with our elbows, pulling the elbows in and open. You can sit in a straddle, you can sit cross-legged, you can even sit non-symmetrical. Whatever feels good as we make some big circles with our elbows. In and up. Inhaling and exhaling. This is a practice in finding flow, and finding flow can come from just exploring a million and one different ways to make circles. Here we are circling with the elbows, finding flow. When you're ready, changing the direction when it feels good to you. I encourage you to make this a practice where you independently explore really what comes out of you. Put on a little good music, maybe get in front of your mirror so you're observing yourself as well, showing yourself some love, eye contact, all of it. And noticing how your body is moving in space, and even over time how it moves in space. Once you get into a pretty regular practice, here we're just exploring tools that can really bring you into your body. This isn't about getting anything perfect, although over time, when you put in the practice, it gets more and more graceful, gets more and more under your control. There's more awareness. So it's a practice that has so many layers to it. Now the practice that we're about to get into is one again where you will explore what feels good for you and what your capabilities are. We're going to explore some ground movement. We're sitting on the ground and we have a few positions. A straddle. You can have your hands anywhere you want to have a straddle position. We also have a half straddle. That's one heel in. We've got that on both sides. Yes, we do. We also have what we call a shin box. That means we have a box formed from the shins, and we might be able to sit in that position with hands touching the ground and also with no hands touching, perhaps, or maybe today, maybe not today, but maybe another day, right? We have that available to us on both sides, for sure, right? And then we also, and this is not necessarily available to everybody, so judge for yourself a kneeling position. Kneeling. And from kneeling, we can move into the shin box or straddle. So what we will do here is I'm going to get rid of my mat and play a game of moving around on the ground to find my way to getting my butt to the ground, to finding my way to straddles and half straddles. We can use our hands as much as we need, and we can come onto the knees if it's something that is pain-free for you. Injury, no. Only safe positions we go into. And we can use the hands as much as we want to find these different positions. So let's do a little game of let's explore. If you can keep a kind of continuous flow, great. If not, you need to pause and think about it. We definitely would rather you do that than cause any sort of injury if you're rushing things. And you can take a moment, even in different positions, to explore what feels good. Now, twisting, bending into it. And then my favorite of all is making some sweeping reaches with it. One arm reaches up and out, and that kind of initiates us into a different position. But it doesn't have to be up. It could be out low to the ground. We make a little sweep, a reach, a sweep, whatever feels good once again. But it's a straight arm that kind of circles around and can initiate some sort of movement on the ground. And we're exploring ways of getting into these different positions in a variety of ways, if possible, maybe over time. But moving again from shin box to straddles to half straddles and kneeling. And see if you can play this game with your feet always in contact with the ground. They can only slide, the feet. Let's give it one last rule, friends. Come onto your knees or into shin box or into a straddle or half straddle. The feet must stay in contact with the ground and those arms can sweep, and you can explore different ways of getting into the new positions. It might not be all in one movement. It might take a couple moves even, whatever feels good. But we're keeping the feet in contact with the ground, reaching up and out, exploring. Ah, nice one. Woo. Exploring low with the arms, exploring high with the arms. Big sense of reaching up and out, finding light. Wait. Uh, oh. Ah, love it. Ooh. So that's a nice game to play. Put on a little music and play about 5 or 10 minutes of floor exploration, where your feet stay on the ground and you're exploring a few positions like those. Shin Box, straddle, half straddle, kneeling. Great job. Love it. Okay, friends, now we're coming on to our hands and knees, please. If you need your mat, you can grab it. I'm going to stay without, but what we'll do is warm up our wrists a little bit here. I'd have you start on your hands and knees. So your hands are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. And from here, take your hands a little bit wider. And then point your fingers into center. See if from there you're able to fully straighten your elbows with your palms flat on the ground. If not, bring your hands back towards your feet a little bit more. Because we want the palms flat to the ground, the elbows straight. Before we do some push-ups, inhaling and exhaling, bending the elbows and pressing the breastbone to the ground, and exhaling to push the breastbone away from the ground. And you can make this exercise a cat and camel if you know what I'm talking about. That means when you bend the elbow, extend the spine, look forward, press your heart to the ground. As you straighten your arms, look to your navel, round your back, push your heart away from the ground. Side view, we extend the spine as we bend the elbows, flex the spine as we straighten the elbows. Inhale down and exhale up. Ah, beautiful. Some push-ups with the arms and internal rotation. Very nice, friends. And from here, we can come to sit on our heels if that's available to you as we shake out our wrists. If that's not available, maybe you're up in a high kneeling, or you might even need to stand or find a seated position, but we're literally pointing our fingers in and out, all the way in, all the way out. And then give them a good shake in and out if that feels like it's available to you. Shaking as we keep the elbows to the waist. Sweet. Okay. Great, friends. Last move from here is from our hands and knees. We will tuck our toes under. And we're feeling out a push away from the ground. A push of the breastbone of the heart away from the ground. And once you've got that heart pushed away, check that your shoulders are also down from your ears. Make the neck long. From here, see if you can lift your knees 1 inch off the ground, just 1 inch for 10. And if that's not available, gently down go the knees. 8, 7, 6, 5. Keeping the spine long and straight from tailbone to crown of head. And gently lower your knees. Super. We can sit the hips back into a child's pose. Hips to heels, arms stretched forward. Give yourself a little wiggle. Wiggle it out. There we go. Great. Hey, Lola. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Not now. I'm doing my video. You're such a good girl. Hi, baby. All right, let's do a little hip lift, right? You distracting me? Now, friends, we're up in a downward dog. There we go. Beautiful. Let's take it up into a downward dog in honor of Lola, the neighbor's dog. We want the feet a little bit wide, actually, for this move, my friends. This isn't your typical yoga downward dog. We have the feet wide, maybe about as wide as a yoga mat. As you push your hands into the ground flat, if you need your knees bent, that's fine. Push your shoulders to your ears. Make a long line from your hands to your hips as you fold at the hip. Great job. And we're going to roll the hips a little forward and back. We're shifting the weight a little forward and back. We're doing a little wave here. And as we do this, we want to think of pulling the navel in and looking to the navel as we shift the weight a little forward into the hands. And then extend the spine. Look forward. Open your heart and lean the butt back. Look to your navel. Pull the navel in. Tuck that chin and roll forward. Come onto your toes a bit. Let the hips sink and fall a little down. And then extend the spine. Lift your tailbone. Look forward. And push back from your hands. Lovely stretch. Get that energy flowing through you, friends. Inhale forward. Exhale, push back. I love this move. Oh, what a great way to stimulate some circulation of energy. Can you figure out going the opposite direction here? Inhaling back, exhaling forward. On this one, I would look to my navel and push the butt back. Then look forward and shift the weight forward into the hands. Inhale, push the butt back. Exhale, push forward. Woo. Using those abs. And if you're feeling quite strong with it, you let the hips go even lower. Even lower. You might have to slide your feet a little wider or a little back or reposition ever so slightly. But we don't take any big steps. Now it's big waves of the pelvis. We make our abs work. We keep our arms and legs straight if you can for now. This is straight limbs, my friends. Ah, beautiful. And we can fade out of that and gently lower the knees to the ground. Super job. What a way to create some flow. It's beautiful. If you're available, sitting down to your heels, we'll do it. And we place the palms to face up and the middle fingers to point back in the direction of the toes. If you have to do anything else, feel free to come out of the position of sitting your butt to your heels. But it is a good position to get into for your knees, for your feet. And right here, we're taking a stretch for the back of the wrists. We have straight elbows. And the middle fingers are pointing straight back in the direction of your toes. Elbow pits turn to face forward. And we spread all 9, 10 fingers on the ground. We spread all 10 fingers. Oh yeah, that's great. Okay, let's give it a little shake. And then it's time to come to a stand. Let's do it. Before we move into the next section of our program, I want to remind you that I have an amazing community online called Move. And there you can join me for your own independent course, or you can join my movement community where we come together twice a week to move together. And I also offer one-to-one coaching. Not too many spots available, but if you're interested, check the link down below or reach me at lisachavez.com. All the information is there for my Move membership program. And if you haven't heard, I also have my Costa Rican movement experiences early bird special on right now. I have my next event December 13th to the 20th of 2024. And the next event will be February 8th to the 15th of 2025. And I have my early bird special on now until June 1st. And that will save you $1,000 off the full price of my Costa Rican movement experiences, which are a 7-day event of movement with me every day and then absorbing the culture here of Costa Rica. It's a magical experience. So if you're interested in either of these options, please do check out my website. That's lisachavez.com, and you can gather all the information you need right there. Let's get back to the routine. Let's stand. All right, fellow mover, let's take some time to bounce and shake things up. Ha, 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 ha. We have our feet about shoulder width apart. Spread your toes and bounce from your knees. Let things shake up and about around your heart center, through your shoulder girdle. Allow your shoulder blades to bounce up, down, ha, 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 ha. Use your breath. Shake it up. Ha, 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 ha. Let's go for 20 more seconds. See if you can release some tension through your connective tissue, through the fascia of the body, with some good vibrations. And when you're ready, you can fade out of your balance, and we're going to take a nice big sweeping reach of the arms up overhead, inhaling, and exhale, draw your arms down your center line. Exhale. Let's do a few big breaths in. Big sweeping reach, inhale the arms up. Bring your index finger and thumbs together. Let them connect so that you can make a diamond between your index fingers and thumb. And press that energy right down your center line. We'll inhale, take a big reach. Index fingers connect, thumbs connect. Make a diamond and slide those hands down your front line. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale that energy right on down the line. Beautiful. We're going to do a little bit more of that drawing the energy, but I want to show you something with my trusty stick. You don't necessarily need a stick. However, if you have one handy, you can grab it. You can just imagine there is a stick glued to the back of your head, your mid-back, and your tailbone. And with the feet wide, about shoulder width apart or even wider, we want to hinge at the hips. We wish to keep the back of the head, the mid-back, and the tailbone in contact with the stick as we hinge forward with straight legs and stand tall. This one's a tricky one, friends. Let's take our time and lean the butt back with straight legs. If that's a little too much pressure, soften the knees. If that's a bit too much pressure, soften the knees. But if you can do it with straight legs, attempt to keep it straight and lead the butt back from your heels. And I'm using the stick to show you that nothing moves through the spine. It's a strict movement at the hips, a folding, a hinging, and then fully extending at the hips. Nothing else changes position. We'll squeeze the butt at the top. Okay, let's do a few more of those. We call these the good mornings. And squeeze the butt. The neck is neutral. The spine stays in extension. There's no rounding forward through the shoulders. And you might just bring your torso maybe not even parallel to the ground, maybe quite shy of parallel to the ground in submission to find that stretch in the back of your legs. It's a great way to stretch those hamstrings and activate the posterior chain, everything in the back of those legs, the glutes, the back muscles. Good job. I'm going to get rid of my stick because we're going to add on, friends. Here we go for a good morning. We can reach our hands back in the direction of the butt as we fold at the hips and perform our good morning. From here, we drop the hips and sit into a squat. Then we find the good morning again. Right from here, we try to straighten those knees and stay folded at the hips. From here, we straighten up the hips, extended through the spine. Let's give it a shot. We fold at the hips, friends. Push the butt way back with straight legs, extended spine. Bend at the knees, drop into a squat. Straighten at the knees. Stay folded. Keep that spine in extension. And stand up tall, squeeze the butt. Straight line through the hips. Let's do 3 more, friends. Hinge at your hips. Bend at your knees. Straighten at your knees. Straighten at your hips. 2 more. Butt back. Fold. Bend the knees. Straighten the knees. Stand tall. Couple more. Butt back. Do what feels good with the arms. I'm not cueing it because it's not that important right now. It's more important to get the hip and knee movement. Hinge at the hips. Fold. Bend at the knees. Straighten the knees. Stay folded tight at the hips. Extended in the spine. And open the hips. Extend. Let's do 1 more for good luck. Push the butt back. Bend at the knees. And actually, we're not going to stop just yet. We're going to allow that pattern to turn into a wave. Notice what I mean. Hip hinge, knees bend, and wave it up to stand. Let's get that energy flowing, friends. We'll bend at the hips, bend at the knees, and wave it up to stand. Whatever that means to you. Think of getting a flow of energy waving up your spine. Hinging, bending the knees, And up we go. The arms can make some sweeps if it feels right. Hinge, knees bent, and wave up. Hinging, bending the knees, waving up. We've got to use those abs. How about one more? Great job. Funny one. It takes a little practice. Let's bounce it out, friends. Bounce and shake it up. Ha, 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 ha. Great. And from here, we're doing a little spinal spiral. We let the arms crash into the body as we turn the breastbone a little bit left and right, left and right. That's it. Super job. That was amazing. Thank you guys for moving with me today. It was such a pleasure to move with you, and grateful for all of you that made the time today to bring a little bit of joy into your life, get a little bit of embodiment, get into your essence, move your body in new ways, and let your body become expressive, true to itself. There's a lot of wisdom that gets trapped in this baby, yours too. So let's get it moving through. All right, friends. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks for joining. Do check out my website at lisachavez.com. And don't forget that's Lisa Chavez with an S, not a Z. Okay, friends, until next time, keep moving naturally for life. Ciao, ciao.